Why is your dick so long?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Demon Appreciation Podcast, episode 25. How is everyone doing today? As always, this isn't professional. We did some tests, but you let me know how the audio sound, please. Episode 25, we have two guests joining us today. We have Kuro from the Midnight Channel. It's been a while, dude. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you on.
Dean and man, how you been?
I've been doing good. How about you? Thank you for asking, man.
Yeah, doing good, man. Ready to go here. Really
cool,
excited to talk
cool.
about this news.
This is all Persona, and I think it should be fun. Definitely. Thank you for joining, though. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We also have King Narukami. How you doing, man?
Hey guys, what's going on? I got my drink ready, and I'm about to say some outlandish shit tonight. So I am so ready to talk what we got to talk about because it might be a shit show in the comments, but it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. We have some controversial stuff to talk about. We have some regular stuff, right, that we've been talking about since like a year almost at this point, right? Persona 25th anniversary. Should be really fun. Just before we start things, as always, you guys, links to my guests' content, both YouTube, Twitter, etc., down in the description below. And you guys, please check them out. Show them some love. Can't hear the guests. Okay, we'll fix that. Thank you for letting me know.
How long has it been since you did the last Demon Appreciation podcast?
That's not something to consider. The next question. It's been too long. It's been too long. Keep telling me how the audio sounds in the chat, y'all. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think the music may be a little too loud too, right? Yeah, no, it's been 2 months. It's been too long. Today's going to be all about Persona and Persona 25th. We have a lot of things to talk about. Both of you guys' sound is low a little bit, so I think I kind of fixed it, but you guys let me know if it's not loud enough, okay? I think I fixed it, but it should be good. What we want to talk about today is we want to talk Persona 25th. We have some questions for you guys, both from my Discord server. You guys can join, link in the description below, and also from Twitter, right? This great hellhole that Twitter is. We have questions from there as well. All about Persona 25th. Again, just want to mention it really quickly since the audio wasn't too good. The links to Kuro's and King's content down in the description below. So both for YouTube and Twitter, please show them some love once we're done with this show. For any type of questions, we'll probably have some time for some questions like Q&A section during this podcast. If we don't, there's always super chats if you guys want to support the show. You don't have to. And for this show in particular, if you guys could keep it Persona 25th related, especially for you guys in the chat, that would be freaking awesome. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you like the show, quick thumbs up really helps. Let's get into the swing of things. I will let you guys talk a little bit after I mentioned my first subject because I want to make sure that the audio's good now. I'm looking at the chat. So, all right, you guys. Can I get one of you, anyone, Kuro or King, to describe what happened in September for the 25th of Persona? Just describe what happened in September. If one of you want to describe that, that would be great.
Are we talking about like what happened for the West? Like what we got for the Western announcements, or
yeah, specifically the West. If you want to mention the Japanese stuff as well, I don't mind, but especially the West. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I'll let Kuro discuss what we got for the West because I know what we're talking. Because I know he knows what I'm talking about here. But for Japanese audience, for the first announcement for the Persona 25th anniversary, got a lot of things actually. They got anime streaming on services. They got their music on Spotify. That was a big get. They got a lot of stuff over there. Some good merch, some exclusive items. And Kuro, explain to us what the West got for September, for the month of September.
For the month of September, I can't recall. I don't think we got
digital wallpapers, my man.
Oh yes, digital wallpapers. We did. We eventually got the Spotify music, but that was like later, right? That wasn't like at the same time as Japan.
Yeah, that was a worldwide kind of release for Spotify. Yeah,
And we got some merch. Well, no, pre-orders for merch. We still
Right.
didn't get the merch right away, but we did get some pre-orders.
right.
I got a
They
shirt.
did unveil that Shop Atlas was coming back at that time too. I
That's
believe.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah, that's it. Can't think of anything else.
Great month, wasn't it? Great way to start
Fantastic.
25 years of celebrations.
Hey, I mean, for what it is, I think the Shop Atlas was a good idea,
it was.
but its execution.
Ooh. Well, they semi-fixed it, right? They semi-fixed it. Like, the shipping fees were atrocious for everyone at first. And then they fixed it for you guys in the States. Still atrocious
they
for
didn't.
everyone else that isn't in the
didn't.
States. Well, I mean, it's still ass, let's be honest. But it's
Yeah,
a
it's
little
still-
better. Now, for us, like, for me, in Canada, still ass. Like, I want to order a t-shirt. It's like 17 USD shipping. It's
Yeah.
that bad. So and it
So
sucks too, because there's a lot of stuff that I would like to
Yeah.
get.
I bought 5 items, and they charged me shipping for 5 different items. So 5 orders. Every single thing has its own
Exactly.
shipping.
I feel like that's the issue, and I remember you mentioning that in a group chat that we're all in. It was like they're shipping all the things separately, and it's correct me if I'm wrong because you ordered, but I think it's like all the items are coming from most of the items are not at the same warehouse, so they're shipping from different locations.
None of them. We're all different from
It's so
different parts of the United
stupid.
States.
It's
Like,
like-
t-shirt came from New York, another one was from like California. Like even t-shirts. So we're talking about one t-shirt was from one place, and another t-shirt was from a completely different place. Not to mention all the other stuff that I bought. Yeah, nothing shipped from the same warehouse. 5 items.
So that was our September announcement. Now, that's how they started the anniversary. So again, conclusion: Japan, decent.
Good.
West, good.
That's
Yeah, good.
A solid 7 out of 10 for Japan.
Right. West, little rough. But then December came around, and at the Game Awards 2021, we got Persona 4 Arena Ultimax revealed for all the consoles. Well, most of the consoles. PlayStation, Switch, PC. Decent. No rollback, no physical, but hey, still, great reveal, right? February. February was different. February was different because of,
It hit different.
yeah, it hit different because most of us in the community were like, hey, something's gonna happen, right? Something has to happen, or we were at least thinking that something would happen. But it was unfortunately something just for Japan in terms of February. It was the Sakura Town Physical Festival announced for Japan. So for us, it was like, okay, nothing in February. Next announcement is 2 months later. It's just in April. Awesome. And then the April reveal came around. But before we talk about that, I want to get you guys' opinion on the anniversary by itself before April. So don't consider what we got this week, okay? Let's say we're talking a week prior. What do you think about this anniversary?
King, I'll let you go first.
So, if we're talking about everything before April, then for Japan, they've knocked it out of the park. I think it's been awesome. About as good of an anniversary. You know, a lot of people say, oh, y'all haven't seen other anniversaries before, and you might be right. To me, it's been a pretty good start for Japan. They've gotten a lot of stuff. That event's really cool. I wish I could go see it. I mean, I wish I could go to the events. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax was a good announcement as well. And it's good for Japan. I know people are going to say, oh, it's a Japanese company. Why did you expect anything from the West? Atlus West has their own website for the Persona 25th anniversary. I'm sure we'll get into that later. But for the West, it was absolutely just like 3 out of 10 situation so far, if you're not counting April.
3. Okay.
3 out of 10. That sounds very generous.
I mean, the thing is, and I want to just drop a quick disclaimer. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax it's a game release, and it's a game that wasn't too accessible that is now accessible to a lot of people. It's a multi-plat release. So I'll give Atlus a ton of credit for that release, even if I don't personally care for it. Like, all the 3 of us, we got review copies, we talked about the game, and I'm sure all the 3 of us, we had decent amount of fun with it. But I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna
They
lie
made
to
a
you.
fatal mistake with it for the West, man. No physical release.
No physical release, but that's not only it. It's the fact that it's a fighting game. So for me, I recorded what I had to record for you guys, dropped my video, and I don't want to lie to you all. I dropped it afterwards. Never touched it since. It's like, I don't know. I it was kind of forgettable. So for me, yeah, 3 out of 10. But I'm sure for others who really enjoy Arena Ultimax that it was a great reveal. So for that reason, you guys don't hate us, okay? Please don't. For us, or at least for me, it wasn't too exciting. But I get
We covered
everyone
JRPGs, not fighting games.
pretty much,
So-
exactly. Still gave it a shot and still have a decent amount of fun with it.
Yeah. To me, it's just one of those things where I personally see all this, and I'm like, dude, this is cool. Like King was saying, Japan is having a blast with all this stuff. Like they already had a concert. They had a string concert. Also, we forgot, but to also mention this, but they did a whole play with Persona 5 the stage.
This stage, yeah.
They are already like at their fourth part of the stage thing, and they've been doing this all the way through the 25th anniversary as well. They did a bunch of merch, and I know a lot of people brought up the merch, like, oh, we got merch too. Have you seen what Japan got for merch? It's nothing compared to what the West got. We got some t-shirts, we got some coasters, some like pillows, but like this, they got figures, they got plushes, they got a bunch of stuff. That stuff never came to the West. Like none of that stuff was in the West. The game Persona Ultimax, I mean, that's fine, but as a longtime fan, I literally, like, not even kidding, I have my games right here. Like that was a cool announcement for people that never played the game. Ultimax and Arena aren't my favorite port or like games that I would have ported or anything like that. Like, frankly, I think is the big elephant in the room of not having Persona 4 on consoles, right? But it's fine. Like, I'm not hating on it. Like, Arena are great games. You know, like, it's cool that they did a port about it and everything. But is it a good 25th anniversary celebration game? I don't think so. But it's fine.
It's a very good point what you're bringing up right here, and I think there's no room for debate, to be perfectly honest with you, Kuro, because what you're saying I feel like is completely fair. Look at the sales numbers. The Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, like, hardcore flopped for the number of platforms it released on, and with the Persona name and how popular Persona is. If you put it next to what Persona 4 Golden could have sold on the same platforms, even without a physical release, my god, it's not even 1/20th of what it would have sold, right? Like, Persona 4 Golden on consoles, if it did 1 million on Steam, it could do 1 million on consoles.
Didn't 13 Sentinels sell better?
It almost sold better on one platform, and it's not $30, it's $60.
And it sold twice as much, all the platforms combined.
13 Sentinels Aegis Rim came out in September of 2020 on PS4 for $60. It released 2 years after on Switch only, and it sold about the same number as Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, a game that released 10 years before. For half the price on multiple platforms, 13 Sentinels almost outsold it. No, it did.
We are not hating
it almost
on
doubled the
P4AU.
sales.
We are not hating on P4AU, guys. It's a great game.
We're not.
I think it's a great game.
I'm hating on their decision,
Right,
not the game
right.
itself.
Yeah.
If December was P4G and April was P4AU, banger, you know? So that's just the thing. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If Persona 4 Golden releases tomorrow on Switch, probably not gonna play it day one. So I'm not the main audience for P4G, you know? King is. I'm not. And I would still be excited, but it's just, it makes so much sense. So much more sense, right? Again, I don't want us to, like, just cry about P4G for 2 hours, so we'll move on. But I'm sure you guys understand what we mean there.
And I've kind of moved on for P4G for consoles because I'm getting my Steam Deck soon. I mean,
right.
it's too late. It's too late. It's too late for me. Now, I hope it happens for the sake of it would make Atlus money at this point. That would be a good decision. But what's kept them from porting it from PS4 since 2014, at the very least?
Good point. just before we mention the April announcement, because I'm sure we're all gonna have a lot to say about this, I want to go over 2 super chats that we got from 2 friends of all of our channels, I think. First one is from Liam. Shoutouts, Liam. Thank you for your support as always. Hey, David. Hey, King and Kuro. Can't stay for long since I have a concert to go to. That's awesome. Just dropping by to show my support. I have a feeling Cody will drop P4G on Switch in June. Also, you're all dashing. That's wrestling. King, you can talk.
Cody, dashing Cody Rhodes. Yes, he's always got to make that Cody reference.
You know what?
Inside joke.
Because of you all, that's the only wrestler that I know. I can recognize his face. I don't know his complete name, but if I see his face, I'm like, that's Cody. That's King and Liam, right?
That's fucking Cody.
Exactly. Shout out to Liam. I hope you enjoy your concert. You're awesome. Thank you so much, man. And then we have H2DK saying, I agree with Liam. And that's it. Thank you for the continued support, H2DK. I really, really appreciate you, man. And then we have Peter Parker as well with the super chat. Thank you for your support, Peter. Much appreciated. Dragon Quest 35th anniversary last year had one big event where they announced Dragon Quest X offline, Japan only. Please bring it to the West. Dragon Quest 12 and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake worldwide. That's an example out of many others, right? When people say, oh, you guys don't know what anniversary celebrations are in Japan. Anniversary celebrations are merch and things like that. That's only it. You guys, Square Enix did 2 anniversaries, one for Dragon Quest and one from Kingdom Hearts, and look at those 2 anniversary celebrations versus Atlus. Now, I know what you guys are going to tell me, and you're right. Budget isn't the same, right? Square Enix versus Atlus, 2 different things. You're right, 1000%. But at the same time, if they're able to do this for 2 of their IPs, can Atlus just port a Vita game?
All I'm saying is that recently people have gotten Vita games to work natively on the Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying.
I saw that. Well, thank you for your super chat, Peter. I really appreciate it. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that. But King, I think you have a comment that you would like to bring up from the chat.
Yes. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Raphael Palumas. So what's up? Hope PS Plus Premium brings P3 FES and P4G to PS4 and PS5. So everyone knows that PlayStation's redoing the PlayStation Plus program. Mm-hmm. And I believe the Premium is like the highest tier. That's like so much money, the most expensive tier. Mm-hmm. And you would get to stream and or download PS1, 2, 4, and 5 games. PS3 games are streaming exclusive. How would you feel, guys, if that's how we finally got those games on consoles, if they locked it behind a paywall like that?
I want to start because I probably have a different answer from most people. Honestly, I wouldn't care. Because if, and this may be controversial, but you guys, I have access to so many ways to play Persona 4. Let's say P4, because we're always talking about P4G nowadays. I have P4 on PS2. I have P4 on PS3. I have P4G on Vita. And I have P4G on Steam. So if Persona 4 gets re-released through PlayStation Plus, and I've never been a PlayStation Plus subscriber, by the way, and I don't plan on becoming one either. If it releases on PlayStation Plus only, I don't care. I don't care. The only reason why I would replay and rebuy P4G if it is, oh my god, I can't talk, is if it comes to Switch, because I could play it on my TV and on the go. That's an advantage for me that my other versions can't give me, because no, I don't own a PS TV. That would be the only reason why I would want to play it, and that's kind of the reason why I wouldn't play immediately if it launched, you know. But that may be controversial. I'm curious to hear. I know, Kuro, you're more of a PlayStation fan yourself. What would you do about that?
I mean, I already paid for PlayStation Plus, and I have like multiple years stuck. So I think that I wouldn't really matter to me, to be honest. Same like you were saying, I literally own every version of Persona 4, every version of Persona 3. I am not hurting for old games. I feel like David and I sit on like a unique perspective where we already play the games. Like, we already own multiple copies of the games. I have like no desire to, even Persona 1 and 2, which I know a lot of people are like, hey, maybe a port for those. I'm like, I already played the games. I really have like no desire to replay them at any time soon. It will have to be like a hardcore remaster or remake or something to make me replay the game. At least I may play a few hours for like a review or something.
That's very interesting what you're bringing up, because you probably are Sony's target audience for these games and you wouldn't even care. So that's very interesting. That's extremely interesting in my opinion. So these games, well, not these games because they're not all of them, but P4 in particular is accessible enough that if they don't give me an additional reason to play it again, I won't, right? It's different for other games and other platforms. Take Persona 5. P5 is one of the best ranking RPGs of all time. It's one of the best ranked games on PlayStation 4 Final, and the game's only available on PlayStation. So if you own an Xbox, a PC, and Nintendo, you cannot play P5. So P5, there's a ton of people that would probably cry if it comes to PC. That would cry if it comes to Switch. So that's different in my opinion. But enough.
Yeah.
I want to talk about April, you guys. I really want to, because I'm very curious about you guys' thoughts. So April, let me give the context for this one, since you guys helped me for the prior months. Before I do though, if you guys enjoyed the stream, shout out to the 100 concurrent viewers, much appreciated. Don't forget to show my guests some love. Links to their content down in the description below. Quick thumbs up as well, helps people find the show. I would appreciate it. Now for April, what Atlus did is they revealed that they're gonna do a concert, a Persona music concert. It is going to be a P-Live sound concert in October of 2022. So in 6 months, we're gonna get a musical concert. That is their reveal for April. Now, when I woke up, was it Thursday? I think it was. I don't remember.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
So when I woke up on Thursday and I saw that, I didn't go on Twitter. I was like, I watched the volume 4 of Persona 25th times, and I was like, awesome. Put my headset on, put the mic on the desk, record it. And I dropped my video, and right there on the thumbnail, major caps, finally a decent reveal. That was how I approached it. And well, it was my most disliked video in a decent amount of time, so I was a little bit surprised. But then, of course, I went on Twitter, and if you want to hear people complain, twitter.com, you guys. That's the place.
Oh my god.
Exactly. So I went over Twitter, and I read most people comments and replies to my video and stuff, and I was like, all right. First up, I'm gonna say it right away. I get it. Now, if you're a longtime Atlus fan, this reveal is more exciting than you think, and I still believe this. Now, if you guys aren't happy, just because it is the announcement of eventually an announcement, I get it. And I'm not going to go against you, okay? For that reason. I can't. I just can't. It's fair. You have the right to complain. But because of how much I've been struggling with this anniversary, this was good for me. And we're going to talk about how the concert is an exciting thing a little bit later during this podcast. But right now, at the moment that we're streaming this podcast, this episode 25 of DAP, the reveal, the Persona 25th Volume 4 is pretty much at a 50%, 50-50 ratio in terms of dislikes on the reveal video. And obviously, that's a video that was revealed for Japan, but most people in the West watch the thing as well with subtitles and stuff. So the worldwide audience is 50-50 on this reveal. So before we discuss this more in depth, I want to hear you guys. Don't mention previous concerts yet, okay? Just off the bat, I want to hear you guys' thoughts, okay? But don't go into previous concerts yet. We'll talk about that later.
I guess for me personally, I watched it and I was like, man, this is 10 minutes long. Why is it 10 minutes long? I honestly, when I saw that it was 10 minutes long, I was like, holy shit, they gotta be dropping some really good stuff. Watched it and I was like, man, it's alright. That was really my reaction. It's alright. I felt conflicted because on one end, I know what a concert means. or like because we watched previous concerts and I know exactly what
Certainly
it
did.
means. But at the same time, I was like, man, did Atlus really had us see through 4 announcements to announce a concert for where they're gonna announce stuff? That means that they did an announcement for an announcement for an announcement. And that to me was kind of like you could have just announced this like 4 months ago or like 8 months ago. That was my biggest like takeaway from that. I was just like, it's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, this could have easily been announced like way earlier on. Like, there's no reason for this to be the 4th announcement, especially because the first announcement was a string concert. It just doesn't make sense. That's just my takeaway from that.
And you know what? I wouldn't go against you because I completely agree with everything that you just mentioned. I feel like my dumbass with actual expectations was slapped so many times with Atlus ever since they announced this anniversary like 8 months ago, that I'm like, this is enough to make me happy. So if you guys aren't happy just with the reveal of a concert for Persona, I cannot blame you, you know? So every time that I read a comment of someone disagreeing with me because of what I said in my video, because of how positive I was, fair. I won't complain. I won't go against you guys. So that's what I briefly wanted to mention. But I want to hear King before we talked about Atlus's Persona concerts in general. King, what did you think when you watched the Volume 4?
Might be a very unpopular opinion, but I think it's my favorite one yet. I mean, I totally agree with what Kuro said about why did they wait till now. That's what happens when you stretch out announcements over the span of a year or more. you gotta have something. So June might be another, concert. Who the fuck knows? But I was very happy with it because not only do I enjoy watching concerts, I love the music, but I know what a concert means. I know we're going to discuss that.
Oh, we will.
Now people are going to be like, so they're just going to use this to reveal more stuff at the end of the concert. They're not wrong. Now, imagine if the concert happens and there's no reveal for anything.
That's different.
Just imagine. But I'm 1000% confident that there will be something, and I assume that we'll talk about what we think it'll be later. But I was very happy with the announcement. I don't know if it's because I've adjusted my expectations after February, but I loved it. So
cool. Now, you guys have probably been waiting for what we have to say about previous concerts, if that's how we think, and don't worry, we'll get into that. But before we do, we have a very interesting super chat from Brianna Williams. Thank you very much for the support, Brianna. Much appreciated. It is a big help. And Brianna says, for me at least, if they're gonna charge $50 to stream a concert without game announcements, then I'll just wait for the trailers to be uploaded on YouTube.
fair.
Well, yeah. That was the first thing that I wanted to say. Fair. Completely fair. I won't go against you. But you can also join David Cord, link down in the description below, to watch the concert for a little bit cheaper.
You can't even stream it, bro. Canada's not available for streaming.
Oh, we'll find a solution. Join David Cord. You can join my Discord, and it's probably gonna be a little bit cheaper. But
what's the number I'm about to dial? 911.
FBI's coming. Nah, join my Discord, and you will probably get to watch it for a lot cheaper. But legally speaking, I 100% get it. It is steep for a concert. It is not available worldwide, so completely fair.
It's also $50 per day.
Yeah.
No, I think it's about $35 per day. I think that's what I got when I put it in the. But that's still pretty steep.
For a streamed concert, it is not pretty steep.
Yeah.
It is right in the ass without Vaseline. It is extremely steep.
$50.
Yeah,
it's like more than 50. It's like $70.
I paid for the Reason of Music concert for SMT in 2021, and I think it was like 37 CAD or something. It was 37 Canadian, so like 28 US or something. So 35 per day, 70 for the concert is a lot. So Brianna, 100%, I get it, and I'm not gonna go against you for that. That being said, other than that, I think the concert should be interesting. And if you guys didn't watch the previous Persona Super Live P concerts, there was one in 2015, one in 2017, and one in 2019. All three of them were awesome. Great concert. You guys know how Persona has great music. Their concerts are insane. They're really, really good. Now, it's not only the music, it's announcements as well. Persona Super Live concerts, they started in 2015, if you guys didn't know. And during the 3 previous Persona Super Live concerts, games were revealed. I'll just say that straight up.
Yeah.
In 2015, Persona 4 Dancing All Night was revealed. It was fully revealed. Great game, indeed. Best dancing game by far. Better than Arena, I'll say it. And then, the first red background, 5 chairs, Persona 5 teaser was dropped as well. It was not the first.
That's right.
Was it the first?
It was the first.
It was the first. Yeah, right. It was the first preview trailer for P5. That was during that concert as well. So that was the next mainline Persona game. That's when it was revealed. And then 2 years later, there was another concert. And that's the one that I talked about in my video. They revealed not 1 game, not 2 like in 2015, but 3 games. They revealed Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, pretty mid. Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, pretty mid. And also Persona Q2. But that's 3 games in one show that they revealed, okay?
You're being too nice with that mid grading for P5D.
Yeah.
My God, those even the soundtracks aren't
No,
good. Like
P3D was decent. P3D was decent. P5
The
didn't have
soundtrack was
any.
good. The mix were good. Some of the mixes were pretty good.
compared to
It just got
P4D,
so
they were
boring.
compared to P4D, they were mid. P4D is by far the best one in my opinion.
There was like
Agreed,
6 Beneath the Mask remixes. I know
Yeah.
there weren't 6, but it felt like it.
It's a good.
I was just jump on this one. They jumped too soon. Like they only
Yep.
had 1 game.
Exactly. Now, yeah, I 100% agree. But that's what they did in 2017. And then there was another one in 2019. Persona Super Live Sound Street 2019 concert. And during that one, they revealed a brand new spin-off for P5, which was Persona 5 Strikers. Persona 5 Scramble the Phantom Strikers was the name for Japan. And P5R, Persona 5 Royal. So, average, they're revealing 2 games per concert. And in 2017, they revealed 3. So, we can expect 1 game, right? Can we agree on that? It's fair. We can we can expect one game reveal.
At least 1 game.
At least 1. And don't forget, you guys, that the anniversary ends in September. That's going to be their last reveal. So in October, it is the conclusion. They're wrapping things up. So there's going to be something. At least something. We're all agreeing on that. Are we?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Okay. So with that in mind, is April's announcement decent? Or is it still ass because of the pricing and because, hey, it's 6 months ago? Where are we at with this reveal? With that in mind. You love it.
I love it.
Kuro?
Yep. I might be in the minority, but I love it.
I think it's the best announcement. I think King said it. I still think that the timing, to me, is just all about the timing and managing expectations from Atlus themselves. The fact that I know so many people like to throw in these are announcements for Japan. It's a Japanese company. Yeah, but they subtitle the things for a reason.
Not to mention there's an English site for this.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, the fact that they subtitle these videos because they know that Westerners turning to this, they're at least that there's a certain amount of self-awareness about this, and I feel like at least they know that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of the timing for me is like what's off. I'm excited for the concert, and I agree with you guys. It's a really good thing that we're getting the concert because to me that means that at least now we know. Although these next 4 announcements that we have left, or the 25th anniversary.
Technically, add another one.
They added another one. Yeah. So September, December, February, April. There's 5 announcements left.
Okay, so out of those 5 announcements, if we don't get a game out of that, I'm fine. I'm like, I don't care. At that point, I already jumped that boat a while ago. Now I'm just like, okay, we have the concert in October. That's when the games are gonna be at. That's to me. That's it.
Well, we also have to keep in mind when I recorded my first initial reaction to the 25th's reveal with the 7 events that were supposed to happen. Now we're now at 9 reveals, and we're at 1 game. And when I recorded that video, I was like, 2 games. That's what I predicted. Shit. My expectations will be meet at the end of this anniversary. They will give me what I initially predicted when I was super hyped. So we also have to keep this in mind. I just think this anniversary and the way that they're doing things, is so poorly executed that even though they're pretty much giving us what we want, we're still mad because of how poorly executed it is. Am I wrong?
It's like you're just really, really slowly spoon feeding information to people, and it might not pertain to them. So I get people's frustrations. I mean, I'm a bit frustrated too, even after the concert announcement. I'm still a bit frustrated with it. But at the same time, you just gotta look at it and be like, hey, Atlus is giving us Soul Hackers 2 this year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure they're working on something. It might be something small, but something for the SMT anniversary.
Oh yeah,
well.
It's totally. It's the 30th of SMT this year. If you guys didn't know. Speaking of Soul Hackers 2, we have.
Before we move on, I want to say something.
Go ahead, man.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
So I was watching Larrue did a live stream yesterday, and he was talking about this subject as well, and I was watching through it. And they told him to Kingdom Hearts 4, Kingdom Hearts and anniversary, and how different. And he was like, well, this is all the same stuff that Square Enix announced for Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, but the main difference is all of those announcements were done in one single place. And that's kind of like my biggest thing from all this. Like, my biggest takeaway is like, they gave us one date and they said, all right, guys, we're going to celebrate the anniversary on this date, today on this date, and we're going to give you stuff in that date. That's it. There was no 7, there's one thing here, one thing there. No, everything that was for that particular anniversary, that was it. We knew the date, we know when the things were going to be coming, and that was it. And it's not even like Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatever. Like, they leave that but on the side. They gave you expectations, and they met those expectations. That's as simple as that.
Exactly. And you know what, Kuro? That's a very, very good point, what you're bringing up right now, and what Larrue brought up in his stream. And that's where my main complaint comes into play. It's the lack of communication. I don't think this anniversary was it wasn't needed to be that long. Now, I'm not complaining. I think it keeps the hype rolling. But at the same time, when they initially revealed it, they were not ready to reveal it. They revealed it. Hey, we're going to have 7 announcements. We're at 9 right now. So it shows that they were completely unsure and unstable. They were not ready to reveal it. And I feel 100%. Like they should have been like, hey, you guys, those are worth announcing on their own. Those are not. And set everything up. Hey, you guys, this anniversary, it's going to be 1 year long. Throughout the year, we're going to have 5 reveals for you all. And 5 considerable things for your fans that are not only in Japan, everywhere. And make it clear. The diagram that you have with the 5 hidden reveals, put them on the Japanese side and put it on the Western side. Put it at both places. Be clear. Communicate with your fans. Once again, we're just talking. We're just complaining for complaining purposes, right?
The 7 announcements in a year sounds really good on paper.
It does. It sounds too good.
Yeah, it sounds hype. It really, honestly, when they announced that, I was hyped.
For real, when they revealed it, you guys, I watched all of y'all's videos, right? I did. All of my Atlus content creator friends, I watched all the vids. And I did something that I never do for Atlus content. I watched my friends' stuff, most of my friends' stuff for Atlus content, but everyone who does Atlus content who isn't my friend, I don't watch their stuff. I that's enough Atlus for me. But when they revealed the 25th and what they were gonna do, I even watched some content creators work on their videos on the 25th and what they thought. I even watched them because I was that hyped. And I'm telling you, some people were like, hey, it's gonna be a game per month. Like, September is gonna be P5, and then December is gonna be freaking Persona 8, and then we get DLC, and then it was insane. Some people were like, It was easy
Talk
to.
about dumbasses with actual expectations.
Well, I mean, I'm the one, right? I'm the original,
Yeah, right.
but I've been an Atlus fan for a long time. So I know that when Atlus gives you Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on newer platforms, no physical, no rollback, you need to shut the fuck up and be happy, because that's what Atlus is doing. Atlus and Common Sense in the same sentence doesn't work. It doesn't fit. I honestly feel like they're mismanaged. I do. And their games, you guys, I'm a simp for Atlus. You know it. Okay? I am. But I feel like in a business sense, they're mismanaged. Their games, they're insane. Every time that they drop a
100%.
game, SMT5, I'm against the majority. I adored it. I'm about to replay it. I thought it was an amazing experience from start to finish. P5, top 3 games of all time. So I adore their stuff. I'm having a ton of fun even with their garbage. Nocturne HD, I adored it. Was that good? Not really, but I adored it. So I'm a simp. But I still need to say it. They're mismanaged. And I feel like a lot of people in our community, especially long-term fans, they're having a hard time criticizing Atlus. Don't forget, Sega is a major corporation. They want your money. They're not your friends. Yeah. Don't forget, if they do things that you don't like, criticize them. Don't be afraid.
I totally agree with you. And Sega is not a small little indie company, guys. I know a lot of you guys like to defend Atlus. Oh, they're not really big, guys. Sega is worth a lot of money. Like, they're worth billions. So they're not a little company. It's not like Atlus like back 20 years ago. Like, Sega is a huge company. So like, as much as like I like to defend them for the stuff that they do sometimes, I don't know. I totally agree with David on that. Also, I wanna like defend like that one saying I do feel bad for Atlus West, because you can clearly tell they did not know the 25th anniversary was gonna be what it is. Like, you can clearly tell that they were just like last minute, like, okay, let's put something up because they just announced this thing. Because they even the first day, I clearly remember on their website, they also had the 7 announcement squares, right? There's a screenshot going around where it shows all that. I think King even showed me that screenshot prior, where there's like, and he only has like the wallpapers that they released the one day. Yep. So like you can clearly tell they didn't know anything about it. They're not part of like the in of what's going on or anything. And I feel so bad for them, because they just have to watch the comments of like angry people going to them like, what the hell, you know, like, guys. Atlus West is literally a publishing company in the United States. That's what it is. They're not like part of the Atlus thing or anything like that. They're not like in the know with things or anything. As somebody that's been long enough in like the Atlus sphere, Atlus West is just literally publishing the games on the West. That's pretty much what they do.
And on top of that, I'll add, they're not even a pillar. Like they're obviously, I'm not working at the company, so I don't know specifically, but I feel like they don't even have their word to say about things. Like, take Nintendo Japan, that's where the big stuff is happening. They're the ones deciding things. But I feel like Nintendo of America, they have something to say. Atlus, it's different. As Kuro said, I feel like Atlus West is doing all the decisions, and Atlus West is silent. You do what we're telling you, and that's all. So I don't think they're necessarily well, that's what we're assuming because of what they're doing in the West. But I feel like if you look at what they're doing for the Western audience, I don't think Atlus West has any type of power in terms of decisions.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Absolutely. You both are absolutely right.
I feel like you wanted to say something, King, before Kuro talked. Do you have something to mention?
Sorry, go ahead.
It was just about common sense. We were talking about common sense. Everything that we're expecting from an announcement from this anniversary, everything that I was expecting, P4G on consoles, P3 Steam port, should have happened a long time ago. The P4G Steam port should have happened years ago. I hate to be that one to say it, but this is all stuff that should have already happened. So if they were managed well, I know Atlus has small teams, everything. A lot of their ports are shoved off to a third party. If they were managed halfway decent, we would have already had the stuff that we were expecting, and we wouldn't have as high expectations. Because right now, I'm just like, how are they going to fit P3 Steam when they have Soul Hackers in August? How are they going to fit a P4G console port in this when we have, other stuff going on? To tell you the truth, I don't know how they're going to fit in 4 more announcements until September. So,
and you know what?
I don't know. I already think what I know the next announcement is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're ready. We're ready to talk about the other announcements. Before we do, if you both of you don't mind, we have 2 super chats to go over. We have another one from Peter Parker. Thank you so much for the support, Peter. And he says, I think the reason why we aren't getting any new ports is because of Soul Hackers 2.
I don't think
Honestly, Peter, that's a very interesting super chat, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. So I'll put my guest on hold here. I have something to say as well. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Thank you for the support, Peter. Much appreciated. We have another super chat from Patrick, sorry. I would love to see the series and Soul Hackers 2 come to Game Pass to boost quality. Hopefully we get a P3 remake or P5 Arena. Patrick, if you want to tag me and clarify what you mean about to boost quality, I'd appreciate it.
I think it means boost quality of Game Pass. Because they don't have a lot of JRPGs on Game Pass.
Yeah, to boost the to boost visibility, maybe.
Yeah, because Game Pass is good to get games like that.
Yeah,
because they don't have a lot of JRPGs.
Game Pass. Well, first of all, yeah, I agree. I've always been in the mindset of like, the game's great, make it accessible for as many people as possible. So if there's one person who wants to play it on Game Pass, put it on Game Pass. That's obviously in a consumer's viewpoint, right? In a business standpoint, it's a little bit different. If you look at the most popular RPGs that were on Game Pass and how they did, I'm talking Dragon Quest XI, I'm talking Octopath Traveler. Those are massive. Those are potentially 10 times bigger than what Soul Hackers 2 will ever be. And they didn't do that great on Game Pass. So, and Game Pass is different as well. It's like Microsoft is buying. Like Microsoft, if they want Soul Hackers 2 on Game Pass, they'll get it. They're gonna be, hey Alice, here's a check. Take it. That you give us Soul Hackers 2 on Game Pass. So if the game comes to Game Pass, it's because Microsoft paid for it. Because Atlus, if they don't get the check, they don't really benefit from putting it on Game Pass. Because it's honestly, as much as I want RPGs on Xbox players aren't playing much in terms of RPGs. It's just facts. If you look at the sales numbers, it's clear. It really is. I do get what you mean, Patrick, and I'll always be there supporting multi-platform. So I was happy when I saw Soul Hackers 2 coming to Xbox. I really was, because it was like, wow, good, another step in the right direction. And then he says, hopefully we get a P3 remake or P5 Arena. Do you guys have anything to say about P5 Arena or P3 remake? I made a video on both those games, so my viewers know. They know. Yeah,
they know how you feel. I don't know. I think I said it previously myself on other videos, but I don't think Atlus is in the business to do many remakes, and not a remake like that. So I agree, because I would like to see a Persona 3 remake myself, but I don't see them doing a remake for any of the Persona games.
King, anything to add? P3 remake, P5 Arena?
They would do anything with P3, I think it would be a remaster of FES or Portable, and P5 Arena after the sales of P4AU. Now, obviously, we don't know the full sales numbers, but I think they were enough to say, I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Just the fact that they never bragged about it, and they never made a post on Twitter about the sales numbers tells you a lot.
Well, I mean, just put it next to 13 Sentinels. Yeah. There was, in my mind, before we saw numbers, there was no way in hell that 13 Sentinels would sell remotely close to what P4AU did, but it almost doubled the sales, and it really shows how much interest there is in those fighting games.
Yeah,
thank you for
what word of mouth can do.
Oh yeah, totally. Thank you for the support, Patrick. I really appreciate it. And we have Epic Loots becoming a Minthor member of the channel. Thank you so much, Epic Loots. Much appreciated. If you want to send me a quick DM on Twitter or Discord, I will give you access to the exclusive YouTube members channel on the Discord server so you can get early access to my videos before they go live on the main channel. Thank you for the support. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Thank you. We have a super chat from the homie Demicro. Do you think they are waiting for E3 time to announce another port like P4G? Now, just like Peter's comment, Demicro, I'll say thank you for your support. I'll put this on hold because we're just about to talk about the June reveal for the 25th anniversary of Persona. King Narukami 45, you're first. I want to hear you. We probably are at the same place in terms of the June reveal for Persona. What do you have in mind, dude? I want to hear you.
So it might be a roundabout way of explaining it, but I think June is the time we will get a port of something. Now, I know I said I've adjusted my expectations, and I still have. So realistically, there's two scenarios. One, P4G console port gets announced. It's going to be the 10th anniversary P4G in June. Perfect time to drop it, but then again, it was a perfect time to drop it with P4AU, and it was a perfect time to drop it during Golden Week in April. So that could happen. Or at the PC Game Show, where P4G was revealed, we'll finally get that P3 Steam port like the rumors said. Either way, I think that's a good time to do it because it's cushioned in the middle of P4AU, 13 Sentinels. You have Soul Hackers coming out 2 months after, so really won't affect the sales, especially if it's like a $20, $30 release. I think we can almost expect a port. Now, watch me be fucking wrong. I'm not going to get hyped over this because easily I could be wrong about this. But I could say that I think we'll at least get one more port during this anniversary, and I think it might happen in June.
Okay, so since you didn't mention any port in particular, I'll throw the ball to Kuro, the Midnight Channel.
Oh, I don't have any ports in particular.
You don't have anything in particular?
Yeah, I do, but it's not a port. It's just
Okay.
the what do they call it? The Persona Cafe. I think that's gonna be the next announcement. The last time they did the Persona Cafe was back when Persona 5 Royal came out. So I literally think that's just gonna be the next announcement. It was very popular.
God damn it, you're right.
Interesting.
Holy shit, you're right.
Well, you see, that's a different. That's not what I thought you would mention. So I'll just segue right into what I thought you would say. Now, King mentioned how he thinks a port is coming for June. And you guys, I assume if you're listening live, you watch my content, possibly. If you don't, what are you doing? No, just kidding. If you don't, that's fine. But if you watch my content, you know that there's one game in particular, and I know that King doesn't like to hear it, but there's one game in particular that I'm sure is going to release on modern platform this year, and that would be Persona 4 Golden. Now, June is a month, right? It is. But it's
only
also
a month in the year.
It is. It certainly is. But other than being a month, it's also the month that gave us the release of Persona 4 Golden in 2012 on the PlayStation Vita. June 2012 versus June 2022, there's a 10-year gap. So in June of 2022, it will be the official 10th anniversary of Persona 4 Golden's first launch. Now, during the 8th anniversary of Persona 4 Golden, the game also released on PC. Now, Persona 4 Golden was revealed during PC Gaming Show in June of 2020, and it dropped at the same time. So Persona 4 Golden was revealed twice in June. It was dropped twice in June. And I have a feeling that it's going to happen a third time. I'll just throw it out there.
How many times are we going to predict this until it finally fucking happens?
Man, I don't know. I don't work at Atlus, but I do feel like it is time. I think so. I think Persona 4 Golden will release, or at least will be revealed for consoles in June of this year. I think so.
Joel, if the next announcement is the cafe, you feel free to send me a picture of you. How
will.
you feel about it?
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
I will. But
now
honestly,
that I think about it, Kuro, I'm like, God damn it, he's probably fucking right about this.
Tell you that bringing back all the stuff that they doing right now, like this whole Persona event that they did. They also did another event on the Animate building. These are things that they done before in previous years. I'm just going by what they done before.
of course.
I'm like, yeah.
And I'll just say it. I think now's the time. I really do. Because if you drop Persona 4 Golden in June, to come back to Peter's super chat, it won't be a nuisance to Soul Hackers 2 sales. Now, Soul Hackers, the people that are, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest, and I don't like what I'm about to say. I really don't, because I really, really hope that SH2 will do well. I'm doubtful. I really am. I think the people that are going to buy Soul Hackers 2 in August, they know that they're going to buy it. I don't think they're going to sell the game to additional people in the upcoming months for Soul Hackers 2. I think that in the next 4 months, not a lot of additional people that aren't already sold on Soul Hackers 2 will buy it. That's my opinion. So I feel like if you port Persona 4 Golden to consoles in June, or if you reveal it to be coming to consoles in June, you're not going to cause problem with Soul Hackers 2. That's my opinion on it. It's a different game, and I feel like in June, P4G to be revealed on consoles would create a lot of excitement, will create a lot of hype, because not a lot of things are going to happen in June. July, forget it. July is Digimon Survive, July is Live Alive, it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3, everything's happening in July.
They will be shooting themselves on the foot, but hey,
no,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. So July is JRPG month already, so don't touch July. But June, there's pretty much nothing. Soul Hackers 2 is different, so it won't cause any issues. That's my bet.
Yeah.
So I feel like June makes a lot of sense for that reason.
Yeah.
And if you reveal it next to another big reveal during the concert in October, it won't get many excitement because of the other reveal that we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Something big will be announced during the concert. And if P4G gets dropped at the same time in October, which is one of the biggest gaming month of the year, it's going to get buried. So I feel like June not only makes a ton of sense, but it's also the perfect time for Atlus. So in a consumer sense, perfect. In a business sense, perfect.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
How many perfect opportunities have they had to do this?
This was Demon Appreciation Podcast episode 25th. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Dude, I think I said it before. Stop. Don't expect Atlus to use common sense. Logic and Atlus in the same sentence doesn't work. I'll just say that.
To think about is they won't do anything in July because they need a month to market Soul Hackers and a month after. So
they've been doing great with Soul Hackers 2's marketing, by the way.
They have.
Great job. Just wanted to
Japan.
put this out there. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like they've been doing so many, like the volume episodes where they do like things and character trailers and daily trailers, I think, with different demons, different mechanics and stuff. Yeah, they're killing it with that game. I'm super hyped. That's like literally that's the only thing why I'm like not so down about Persona. I'm like, oh well, Soul Hacker's still happening this year, you know. Like we know Persona 6 is gonna happen at some point. So like to me, like that's the only thing that is keeping me going. I'm like, I know Soul Hackers is gonna be good.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Quick pause right here. Soul Hackers 2 is my most anticipated game this year, and if I don't get anything else from Atlus this year, it's still gonna be banger because Soul Hackers 2 looks freaking insane, and I have so many other games to play. So when we're saying, why don't they port P4G? Hey, if they port P4G to Switch, I probably won't beat it this year. Okay? I just want to make this clear. We're talking between fans, and we're talking as well in a business perspective. So, yeah. Ooh, so June, P4G or the Persona Cafe. Do we have any other ideas? Honestly, I don't.
Before this podcast is over, I want us to talk about the thing that a certain leaker said that we were going to get this month for the announcement.
Oh man, I was
really-
waiting for you to bring it up.
I really want to talk about that at some point, and that kind of segues into what we were talking about P4G as well, but that can be saved for later, but I really want to bring that up at some point.
Well, you can bring it up right now because you're going to bring up Zippo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Don't talk about Akechi yet. I'll do that, but talk about P4G all you want right now. Now's the time.
Okay.
Great
So-
timing. Thank you.
So, Zippo was the first one to say that P4AU was going to get a remaster. Am I correct on that? He was the first one that reported that last year.
One of the most popular sources that brought it up last year. Yes, correct. Not last year, sorry. In January of this year, he talked about P4AU in September of 2021, and he talked about P4G in January of 2022.
Right. So, obviously we got P4AU. He also said that P4G was going to drop day and date
Yes,
with P4AU.
he did.
With the midnight, I don't know if he said midnight channel bundle or whatever, but it was going to drop day and date. That did not happen. He also has reported recently that P4G for consoles is completed. So, I know there's another rumor that he said that if you want to mention that, David, but the P4G stuff hasn't happened. P4AU did, P4G didn't. Just saying.
And that's a good point. Now, once again, I like to cover rumors on the channel when they have a little bit of, how can I say it? They have, in French we say, they have a little bit of weight behind them, right? A little bit. Zippo,
Believability.
right? He called us a couple of things before. He was completely wrong on a lot of other things before. And as I said in my video this week, I personally believe that he is someone who's aware of the industry, who follows Atlus, and he's able to make some decent predictions, like the three of us. That's what I think he is. I don't think he's an insider. I really don't. Now, that being said, P4G, if P4G gets revealed in June, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not giving any additional points to Zippo's credibility.
Hell no.
I'm not.
No, absolutely
because
not.
P4G coming to consoles has been rumored for over 5 years at this point.
That's a fucking PC release.
Exactly. It's been revealed forever. So for that reason, I won't give him any points. That being said, he did talk about something else last year in September. He talked about a Persona 5 spinoff, a final Persona 5 spinoff, which would be an Akechi game.
Oh, he didn't say that in September. That was last month, I believe. That he said it's going to be.
No, yeah. September was Arena. You're correct. Sorry, it was February, wasn't it?
February or March is when that leaked came,
In February or March of 2022, he talked about thank you for saying that, King. He talked about a Persona 5 spinoff, a final spinoff for P5, which would be an Akechi game, a game focused on Akechi. This is out there. I never heard of anything like this, and I'm right in the middle of the Persona community or around that, and I've never heard of this before. So if this gets revealed in June, my God, everything that Zippo says, I'll cover it in the future, because that would give him credibility. Now, if P4G gets revealed, bruh, I've been talking about
but here's the
P4G for
he
years.
Was specific. He was specific when he said that it was going to be the April announcement, that the Akechi game was going to be the Akechi. So if it does happen, you could give him a little credit. What I think might happen, if like something fucking like out of left field happened and the Akechi spinoff game is revealed during the concert, he's going to be like, oh, I got mixed up on my information, and I meant to say that the Akechi game was going to be revealed at later on or something. He'll say something like that, but I think the Akechi game was just so outlandish and out there. I know some people say that it's pretty much believable, but other than like mobile games, like that I guess first mission game and stuff, Atlus doesn't typically do these kinds of games. I know Strikers is kind of out there as well, but I mean, that was pretty much, in my opinion, going to be our Persona 5 arena for this Persona 5 series. So that one's just so out there. I don't know why. If it turns out not to be real, why did he say something like that is my question, because that is not a safe prediction.
At the same time, we're in a global pandemic. inside these major corporations, there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of delays. There's a lot of things. So it's possible for them to push certain projects. I believe that, and I'll always keep that in mind. But that's a very good point that you just brought up for sure. Zippo's an interesting person. We could talk about his stuff for a long time, and that's honestly not the goal for today, but I'm still glad you brought this up. That being said, the Persona 5 Akechi spinoff, I still don't believe it.
No.
I don't.
No, not at all.
But if it happens, I'll take the hell. I will.
It'll be like a mobile game or something. That'll be what Codename X is.
Codename X, my god. I made a video on this thing and then I completely forgot about it afterwards. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I forgot that existed.
I think Atlus did too.
I'll quickly go over you guys' super chat. Thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. It is a big help. Rhythm Straw with a $5 super chat. Thank you for the support. No message. If you missed the message, please tag me, Rhythm Straw, and ask me a question. We'll be able to answer that on stream, no problem. But otherwise, thank you for the support. We also have JCat with a super chat as well, saying, I couldn't miss this golden opportunity to tease King. Talking about P4G, I assume.
I want to jump off a building.
It's gonna happen at some point. But thank you for the support, JCat. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the great content about sales on Twitter. If you guys are interested in sales analysis for Japanese games, check out JCat, Jody on Twitter. She's doing some awesome analysis for sales figures in terms of Atlus games and other Japanese stuff. She's really awesome. You guys should go check her out for sure. She also made a great video on King's channel talking about the lack of Switch port for Soul Hackers 2. That was a great video. I really enjoyed it. You guys should go check it out. Thank you for the support, Jody. Much appreciated. We have another super chat from Peter Parker as well, saying P4G on consoles is nice, but I want P5R on Steam already. It's been 2 years, Alice. Hey, Peter, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. I want to talk about that very quickly. P5R on Steam is the third most requested port, I would think. Like, in my opinion, the ranking goes like this. And it's just my opinion, of course. P4G on consoles would be number 1. P5 Switch, P5 Steam. That's like top 3 most requested Atlus ports. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you're right.
King?
They're definitely the top 3. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about the order, but I think that's the top 3. So, and I want to say this real quick before we move on. I think once P5 gets ported, I think it's gonna be ported to both platforms. I think once they bring back P5, whether it's vanilla or royal, I think it's gonna drop on Steam and Switch.
Some point, someday.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Wait for the Persona 35th anniversary.
Oh my god.
So I wanted to ask you guys something, and maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. So back to the 25th anniversary concert, the new concert that they announced. So typically they have a name to the concert. For example, the 2015 one, where Persona 5 was announced, is called the Night of the Phantom, which obviously we know was Persona 5, and the year after that was the P-Sound Bomb, which didn't really have much, although maybe Bomb was felt like sound of like the dancing games. Maybe that was the thing to it.
Or how they sold.
But 2019 was Street.
2019 was P-Sound Street, which is a reference to the Scramble, the Shibuya Street.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it is. It is a reference to that.
It is. Okay.
So do you guys have any ideas as to like the name of the next one, or like what it could mean? Any like guesses or suggestions or anything?
The official name is P-Sound?
No, it has a much bigger name than that.
Yeah, it's like
what's
Wish.
the official name? Let me pull it up.
It's called Wish something. I need to look at it.
Because depending on the name, I would think that there's a meaning. Yeah.
Okay. P Live P Sound Wish.
Crossing Journey.
Yes, Crossing Journey.
So
Crossing
Wish,
Journey. Oh yeah. Journey. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Strange Journey sequel confirmed.
So you guys think this is gonna be like passing the baton to like the next Persona game, Persona 6?
Yes, the first thing you're going to see is Joker doing a baton pass, like in P5 with the P6 protagonist.
Go ahead, you guys. Say something. I don't know what to say.
He has nothing to say.
He brings it up, but he's like, I have nothing to add.
We'll get into our prediction about the concert.
We will, and that's pretty much where I was at. But before we do, are we up to date on Super Chats? No, we're not. We have a final one from Demicro saying P5 Cross CSGO is going to be the next announcement. I mean, P5 had a collaboration with pretty much everything at this point, so I wouldn't be surprised. CSGO is my God, it's an online shooter, I think.
I don't know.
Oh God, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. I think it's an online multiplayer shooter, but I'm not sure. God damn it.
I was thinking Fortnite, Persona 5 Fortnite.
Yeah, no. Joker was in one of Epic's surveys for guest character in Fortnite.
Yeah.
He was.
A lot of people talked about it. I remember making a video.
I
on
covered
people
it
being
too.
upset too. They're like super upset about it. I'm like, yo, I'm just saying people are requesting this. I'm not saying that I want it.
I was like, I don't care.
Shit about Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't care. Put it in Fortnite. If Atlus gets money from it, go ahead. I don't mind. That's not gonna make me play Fortnite though.
Yeah.
I mean, Joker's in Sonic Forces, and I didn't play Sonic Forces. I know King really enjoyed it. Big Sonic fan there, but you know.
Next topic, please.
Next topic would be the concert, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the biggest thing for tonight's show. So for that reason, we'll talk about we have a quick list of questions from the viewers that I want to talk about, and there's one question in particular. We covered some of the questions already, but you know. First question is from Makoto Y849 on Twitter, and he says, "What is your favorite art from the anniversary?" And I'm gonna start on this one. Can I? Honestly, we got a lot of amazing art.
Yeah.
Original art for this anniversary. We really did. There's one in particular that I remember. I woke up, opened Twitter, and I was like, ooh, oh, that's good. That's really good. And it was art of all the Persona protagonists in one one picture, and they're all dressed up in a gala style.
Yeah.
Style outfit, and
we're talking about.
they look awesome. Like Maya, oh my God, oh, she
has like a blue dress or a black. Is it blue or black?
It was black.
Yeah.
That got me. Yeah, that got me simping for real. So that art, insane. That was an art that was revealed during February, during the Volume 3 of Persona 25th, and it was for Sega Lucky Lottery in Japan.
Right.
So again, it's exclusive art for something pretty niche, but still, that was really, really awesome. So Kuro, what was your favorite art from the anniversary?
My favorite art is one that I feel like it was extremely wasted. But it was the art that they revealed for the event that they have in Japan.
Sakura
it was like
Town?
Sakura Town. Yeah,
that was a good one.
It's like graffiti with Persona on the background,
painting and stuff.
And
yeah,
all the
that was great.
characters. I thought it was really good art, and I was like people even thinking like, because that was the first thing that leaked, that picture started like, going around online.
Super
like,
early
oh my God,
too, right?
That's the next announcement. Yeah, pretty early too. Like way before they announced the thing, like way at the beginning of the month. And I remember everybody's just like gathering hype. I'm like, what's this? What's this? And I remember watching. I'm like, I need like a high quality version of this. It's so good. And it ended up being for the Sakura Town Festival. I think it was such a waste of use of a promo art, but it was really cool.
Remember when everyone first found that art and it was associated with a Twitter account, and they made the Twitter account private and changed it to like some random person's name,
it was
like Harry or something.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. But hey, to be honest, you're laughing right now, and I'm laughing too. But don't forget, when that happened, we were like, No, this can't be the February announcement, can it? And it
Lo and
was.
behold.
It was. So, yeah. That was good. King, what was your favorite original art from the Persona 25th? I said it was the Sega Lucky Lottery art, where they're all dressed up like super fancy. Kuro said it was the Sakura Town festival art, the one in front of the graffiti wall. What was yours?
I'm going with Kuro. I really liked the.
That was a good
best
one, huh?
artwork. And you had, I don't know if it's a tease for anything, but the little green paint can down there as well. I thought that when I first saw that art, some people were like, "Oh no, this is just like some fan art. This is a fake account." I'm like, "This is too good looking to be." Not to say fan drawings are bad or anything, but this looks too like official.
Yeah,
like, this is like
the green paint is something that I want to bring up real quick, and Makoto in the chat mentioned it as well. The green paint, some people thought it would be associated to P6. Maybe green is the Persona 6 theming color, and there's the green paint pot.
Trinity
in
Soul
the picture,
confirmed.
so we'll have to
bring me
wait.
back Trinity Soul.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know. But that was interesting. That was interesting for sure. So that was our first question. The next question is an interesting one, and I'm very curious. I talked about that a ton on the channel, so I'm just going to throw the ball to you guys. It's a question from BlahBlah458 on Twitter, and he's asking if the Western fans' expectations were too high for this anniversary. I want to hear you guys on this.
Looking back on it now, I never expected 7 games. I still don't think P4G for consoles is a huge ask. That's just my opinion. Now, I think we got our hopes a little bit too high for the February announcement. But there were so many... there was just so many coincidences there were too many coincidences that were lining up. So maybe I got my expectations too high for February. I've adjusted them ever since, but I think some people, like those YouTubers that you were talking about that were saying 7 games or whatever, yes, they're fucking dumb.
I have to agree 1000% on this one. I think my expectations were too high in February, and that's because of a lot of things that coincidentally fitted. But other than that, I don't think so. I think my expectations were fair, but obviously we're not the mainstream audience. We're content creators covering mostly Atlus stuff, so we're not one to talk, but still.
I think I don't think it's the fault of the audience. I'm gonna defend the audience here, so maybe it's gonna be
people won't like that, Kuro. People won't like that.
I'm sorry. I really feel that I feel very upset about this. Not about the announcements or anything like that, but I feel upset that a lot of people give us like cut slack to Japan out to Atlus because it's a Japanese company, and like they and I feel like they don't give enough thinking of like we as the West, we buy the games, we buy the products. Our channels are literally entirely dedicated to like Atlus content and everything, and it really does feel awful to like be a fan and be like ignored, like be set aside. Because at the end of the day, and I say this, money talks, and we are the biggest consumers. Like not like the West literally buys so much more of like the games. Like Japan sells, sure it does, because it's like their core audience. But I feel like at this point, the West is selling way more than what the Japanese audience will pay for. Does that make sense? I hope that maybe like that comes across in my thing. Just like looking at the numbers and everything, Japan is like an island, but the rest of the world, like seriously, we're just selling like way more. So like, I feel like I feel like we are at least entitled to have our opinion about it.
At least worth considering, especially in terms of Persona, right? When we're talking mainline SMT, it's small in the West. It really is. Persona, shit, it's big in the West. It's
the closest to mainstream it's ever been.
It really is. It's big. It's not there yet.
It's not completely niche like it used to be.
Yeah, it's not there yet. But if Persona 6 is as critically acclaimed as P5. I'll say it. I'll say it. It's right next to Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, in my opinion. If it does as well, if P6 does as well as P5, it's up there as like one of the.
I hope no one on
main
Twitter's
killers.
listening to what you just said, David.
Yeah, that's gonna cause controversy, but I don't mind. It's like if P6 sells over 3 million on one system again, it belongs next to Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Not in terms of legacy, but in terms of current brand recognition.
Yeah.
Right. That's just my take on it. But that was a very good question. That created a lot of talk. Thank you, blah, blah,
Kuro,
458.
to add on to what you say before we do move on for the conversation, sorry to cut you off.
No,
there,
go ahead, man.
David, but I still do think Japan is the core audience that Atlus are trying to reach. I 1000% agree. But if you also don't concentrate on the fans in the West as well, that's a big oversight in my opinion. Sure, this is a Japanese game, a Japanese RPG. I mean, made exclusively in Japan. That Atlus West just translates it and stuff. But at the same time, if you just, that's why I don't get. Some people are saying that this anniversary, you shouldn't be disappointed because it was only intended to be for the Japanese audience. That couldn't be further from the truth, because Atlus West wouldn't have tweeted about it, made a website about it, saying you can expect all of this. I think that's just a false assumption. I think that's baseless, and you can believe whatever you want to believe.
Totally.
But, and know some people say, why are you tuning into a Japanese website to see? Because Atlus West doesn't update that fucking website that they have. It hasn't been updated since like fucking December. I mean, they're not the ones that told premiere that video.
They also showcase the videos with subtitles.
Right.
So like, of course, they know people are tuning in, and it's not just English subtitles. They translate it to Korean and Chinese too. So like,
I didn't know that. That's cool.
They know their market. They know that the rest of the world is watching too. Otherwise, they wouldn't just be translating it. Because like looking at like 5 years ago, Persona 5 trailers in Japan, none of them are subtitled, and that's like even like 2-3 years ago, like not that long ago. So like they know that we tune in and watch these trailers. They know that we're excited for these celebrations. I just feel like we are consumers. We're paying for these products. We deserve the same attention. That's pretty much.
You ask me, it's getting to the point where I'm like, maybe Atlus West shouldn't have even acknowledged the 25th anniversary over here because we're not getting any content. I mean, I'm just saying, people are going to say, "Oh, that's fucking stupid."
No, not at all.
I mean, if that wouldn't, of course, we would still be watching the Japanese streams, but we wouldn't be expecting as much. If you ask me,
you think
that could
so?
be me armchair quarterbacking shit. But that's just.
I'm gonna say it. I think there's room for discussion. Because I don't think what you're saying is crazy. Not at all. I think there's room for discussion for this. Honestly. I don't know.
I mean, was the 20th anniversary of Persona really celebrated over here? Like, I was in the pan.
It wasn't.
I mean, the only notable thing outside of like concrete stuff that we can touch and play, like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, then the only thing that is worth mentioning, in my opinion, is the fact that Atlus acknowledged Persona 1 and 2 after they kept silence on these games for so long. They finally acknowledged that these characters exist. We got a ton of new art for these characters. Hell, we're getting Nendoroids for the Persona 2 protagonists, for Maya and Tatsuya.
I'd say Maya in the new artworks is fine as hell too.
She is. So I pre-ordered those 2 Nendoroids. That's insane. I never thought this would happen. So this is one of the biggest things. But I don't want us to talk about this for too long. That was interesting. I want us to talk about this stuff that our viewers want to talk about too. And there's 2 questions from the homies from the Discord that I really want to bring up really quickly because I want to hear you guys' take on this. The first question is from Tal Flipkick on Discord, and he asked us, do you think we'll get anything Persona 1 or 2 during the anniversary other than merch and or art?
No.
I'll say the same thing. No.
the most we're going to get is maybe a song or two played at the concert.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't even think
Even
that's happening.
Yeah.
They did announce the schedule for that, and
It's gonna be
No,
like
they
Persona
said
3 and
mostly
Persona-
like P5 and P3 the first
5
day
and
stuff.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, but they could bring out a song or two instrumental, but that's about the extent. We'll get some new art of, the protagonists from 1 and 2, and maybe they'll play a song or two just to appease them. But other than that, nah.
Yeah. Good point.
Sad but true.
Fortunately, the next one's interesting. It is a question from Elon on Discord, and he's asking
Elon
us.
Musk?
No, just Elon. And he asked us chances of a P3P port. So Persona 3 portable port. I don't want to hear you guys' thoughts on FES.
Kuro,
I want to hear portable.
you like Persona 3 more than me, so you have much more to say. Go ahead.
I don't really have much to say on this. I think it's okay. I think that it's a possibility, but it's as possible as golden. It's just like it just really depends on whether they think that they want to do it or not. But I think it's just as possible. Yeah.
That's extremely interesting. You know what, Elon? I do have a great... Well, I don't know if it's great, but I do have a specific answer to that question. I won't agree with Kuro. I wouldn't say a P3P port is as likely as P4G. I strongly think P4G is happening this year. Second in line, though, would be Persona 3. And I do think, in terms of likeliness, P4G is first. P3P is second. And I'm sorry, P5 fans, but P5 is in third. I think third would be P3 FES with party control in HD. That's like number 3. But number 2 is a straight P3P HD port for sure. That sounds like something Atlus would do. The next question is related to the topic at hand, so I'll just put it out there immediately. It is from Romo, once again from the Discord. Shoutouts Romo, asking us chances of a P5R PC port at the concert. And I'm gonna ask you guys not to branch out. Just talk about P5R. Don't go more in depth about the concert. We'll talk about that in just a sec.
No.
Agreed. Straight up, no. I don't think there's a shot.
Yeah, I didn't even answer. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you guys.
Sorry, Romo. I hope it happens at some point. I don't think the concert's the right place for a P5 port.
No, it would be the right place. Either that or the PC game show, but it's not gonna happen.
I don't know, man. I streamed 3 hours of PC gaming show last year, and I think anything Atlus would be way more big than anything else at this shitty ass show. So I don't know.
Hey, they
man.
did do P4G at.
They did in 2020, but they skipped PC
But
gaming show.
it was leaked. It was also leaked.
It was just
So
a few days.
It was.
We knew it was coming. That's why we even tuned into something like that.
I wonder if Zippo leaked it.
Show was ass last
course-
year. I
of
swear
course
to
it
God. Romo also asks us another question, which is more interesting. Kuro gave us his answer about this already. So, King, let me ask you, what is the chances of us getting a remake for a Persona game? And he also mentions how he personally is unsure because he thinks P Studio is a little bit too small for handling ports, P6, and a complete remake. What do you think?
No.
Yeah.
No chance of any remake whatsoever.
You guys know how much of a non-believer of P3 remake I am, but I'm still gonna
P3,
say
it's just any other game as well.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but I'm
why
just gonna
waste
say
all those resources?
I don't know about waste, but because honestly, there's a lot of people that want a remake of some of the
Atlus will see it as a waste.
Yes. See?
Yeah,
that's
I
a good
agree.
clarification. So I'll give you that. That's a good clarification. I'll give you that.
Also, I think a lot of people believe that Atlus works on these ports. They don't. They outsource them. They don't
Most
make
of the
any of these
ports.
ports, guys.
Most of the ports, no, I think maybe what he meant was like the spin-offs and stuff, not just
Okay.
the ports, but yeah, I do agree with what you mentioned. Now, I will say though, to P3 Remakes fan base, because they're out there, I do think if they are to do a remake, which I'm not a believer, but if they do give us a remake, P3 probably is the game that they're gonna choose.
Yes.
Before we go right into the swing of things with the concert itself, which is pretty much the cherry on top for this anniversary, Demicro has a super chat for us. Thank you for the support, Demicro, and he says P4G during Summer Game Fest. And to that, I'll do Major Scythe. I think
Summer's Game Fest.
Summer Game Fest is like Jeff Keighley.
Oh, that's why I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, Demicro, I'll just say that. P4G in June. I'll say that. I'll stop right there. Summer Games Fest is like, I'm not a Keighley hater like others are, but I'll just say I think it has potential. Not this year. This year's gonna be a mess, just like last year. But it has potential in the long run, unlike the ESA and E3. That's my take on it.
I'm on Kuro's hype train for the Persona Cafe.
The concert.
Morgana popsicles as well. Teddy Morgana, I guess popsicles.
You guys, the concert is where we're at. That's our final topic for today, and if we have some time left, we'll be able to ask some questions to people in the chat as well. The concert. The concert in October. Don't forget that most of the time they're revealing stuff at the concerts. Big stuff, small stuff. This year, they may not reveal anything. Maybe they will. We don't know. We need to talk about the concert. Anyone wants to talk first? One thing, one reveal that they could drop during the concert. Let's not bring up the elephant in the room yet. Let's keep that for last. Other than the obvious elephant in the room, what else could they show during the concert?
I think they're gonna do one more Persona spin-off. Persona 5 spin-off.
Yes.
Okay.
I 1000% agree.
And King agrees. Explain. What do you think will happen? Because every time someone brings this up, every time it's the same thing for me. I don't know what they will do. Again, I still believe P5 Arena won't happen. So
specifically in the first day, when they're gonna do Persona 3 and Persona 5, I predict that there's gonna be a Persona 5 spin-off. The final spin-off is gonna be some kind of send-off. Probably not a dancing game per se, but something on the area of like, okay, this is the final send-off of the Phantom Thieves or whatever. That's my prediction.
Scramble 2.
Scramble 2?
Yes, I predict it.
Shit, I wouldn't care at all.
I hope not. I hope not.
Me neither, honestly.
I think it sold so well. Didn't Scramble sell pretty well?
Yeah, it sold extremely well.
Selling spin-off, yeah. Well, yeah. I would like it if they hire like Platinum or like somebody that makes good hack and slash games.
I'm in the minority on this one, so I'm not gonna talk too much, but except if they do something extremely original with P5, I'm good. And again,
Scramble 2 with Akechi and Kasumi. Predicting it.
I hope you're wrong.
I'd be happy with it. I love Scramble.
I wouldn't.
I have to preface. I don't want a spin-off. I'm just predicting that it's gonna happen.
That's fine. Yeah, that's two different things. Predictions and what we want, two different things.
I'm good. I'm good with Persona 5. I just want Persona 6. I do not want more Persona 5 content.
You know what? I wouldn't even care if it's more P5 content. Strikers 2 sounds so unexciting to me. Like, Strikers is a game that when I played it, I was like, hell yeah, it's awesome. And when I dropped it a week after, I was like, what happened in that game again? It was so unmemorable to me.
100%.
Honest, it really was. It really was. I never touched it since I completed it.
I loved it. I'm sorry. I may be in the minority, but I fucking loved it.
No, that's fine. And I see you guys in the chat. Scramble's mid. Scramble was boring. I wouldn't say that. Because when I played it and I made my review, in my thumbnail, wasn't my thumbnail or my title? I'm not sure. I said it's top tier, and I stand by that. When I played it, I had a ton of fun with it, but it really was unmemorable to me.
Yeah, forgettable. It was such a forgettable game. I remember more about the arena games than I do about the Strikers, and that's crazy.
Well, what if? Okay. Weird scenario, but what if they include P3 and P4 characters in the Scramble 2?
That
like they do with Arena.
If they can make it work in a story perspective,
Yeah.
I'd give
I
it a
could see
shot.
them doing that to celebrate
Yeah.
like one of the final Persona anniversary announcement.
They have to make it work. They have to make it work story-wise.
I'm sorry about what I'll say, but you know what will be better for me?
Q3,
Q1 and 2 HD.
that'd be great.
I never played these
Okay
games.
with that.
Never
Oh,
played
really?
these games. They can work on one screen, and
And
I'd
we
love to
finally get a
see it.
QTube dub. That would be great.
yeah, well, yeah. That would be in my mind an obvious addition that they should add to a port. Plus, what would feel like an anniversary release more than a Q1 and 2 port? Nothing.
Persona 5 Scramble with P3 and P4 characters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would work as well. Persona 6. I think it's gonna get revealed during this concert, you guys.
I love all the people that are saying it's not going to be revealed. They obviously have no idea about how these concerts work. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I 100%.
Keep going. No. Go ahead, dude. Kuro.
I was gonna say the fact that they put the subtitle there from Wish 2022, the what was this journey? I forgot the name already.
Crossing Journey.
Crossing Journey. I just feel like that screams Persona 6. At least that's just
Agree.
like me, my hype. This is remember we're the dumbasses with expectations, so like we may be totally wrong.
Fuck a subtitle. Fuck a title for it. I'm just saying common sense. It's gonna
Yeah.
be there. I mean, I'm just saying it's gonna be there.
Oh, let me do something. You guys, if you're watching us or if you're listening to us in the background, pull out your phones, activate your PC again, answer the poll. Persona 6 during the concert reveal.
If it's not,
My
there's no point
structure,
of a fucking concert.
my structure makes no sense for my question, but I don't care. Yes or no? Is it gonna get revealed during the concert? Yes or no? I know it doesn't make sense what I said, but we don't care about that.
What if it doesn't?
He
If
doesn't.
it doesn't, it depends on what they reveal.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
right now what they're doing is they're kicking us in a corner, and that corner is the P6 reveal at the concert corner. That's what they're doing because their anniversary has been so ass. Let's worst case scenario, we have to consider it. Worst case scenario, we don't get any type of reveals. We don't get any other ports, any other games, and P6 gets revealed at the concert. That's my worst case scenario. We're not going to get P4G in June like I think we will. We're not going to get any type of P3 port. We're not going to get P1 and 2. We're not going to get P5 port. We're not going to get anything, and P6 gets revealed at the concert. That, in my opinion, in my realistic opinion, that's worst case scenario for this anniversary. If throughout the whole anniversary, if they announced an anniversary celebration in August of 2021, they ended that celebration in October of 2022, and all they did in terms of game reveals and releases is a P4AU port, bruh. I don't, even for Atlus standards, I don't believe it. I can't. There's worst case scenario is we get P4AU as we got it. We got a release for that, and we get a 1 minute or 2 minute teaser for P6. That, in my opinion, is worst case scenario.
Yeah, I'm predicting one game each day. Like one game announced, or like one or two games, but like one game on one day and then a second game on the second day. I think that's what's gonna happen. That's like my personal prediction. I try not to be overhyped or anything like that. I know that people want like 6 or 7 games or like
No.
something, but yo, like if we get Persona 6 and like you said with the one game and everything, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. All I wanted this whole celebration is Persona 6. So as long as they announce Persona 6, I'm okay with that. That's
What do you
like,
think about the people saying that asking for a Persona 6 reveal is asking too much for this anniversary? Because I've heard people say that. I don't think it's asking too much.
I don't think
At
so
all.
either. Persona 5 released in 2016 in Japan. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Am I correct? I think so.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years. You guys, they confirmed it explicitly that they were working on the next numbered mainline installment in the Persona series. That's exactly how they phrased it. That was from Kazuhito Wada, and he said that early 2019. So they at least have been working on it for 3 years, and I believe it's more than that. So minimum 3 years of development time. They're at least ready to show a 2-minute trailer.
Remember that they started working on oh shit, what is this forgotten game? Re-Fantasy, right? On 2017. And
Re-Fantasy was shown in 2017, so they started working possibly before that.
Yeah,
so.
And that was the new team, the new Zero team. So that Persona team hasn't been doing anything since like Rojo.
Yep.
So we know it's been a minute now. So yeah, I do think that they're working on Persona 6. I mean, they confirmed it, like you said. So yeah, I don't think it's much to ask. I think it's within reason and expectations.
It's a logo, damn it. I mean, just something. Just a logo and some music.
Some chairs.
You know what? Shadow King brings up something interesting in the chat. What if during the concert they reveal that they're gonna announce Persona 6 3 months after in January of 2023? They're just gonna say, hey, in January of 2023, we're gonna show you a first glimpse of the next mainline Persona game. What if they do that?
Another announcement of an announcement, as people meme.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I don't believe this is gonna happen. But what if?
I will rage if that happens.
I don't think they're stupid enough to do that.
Depends.
No,
P4G still not on consoles.
I think it's a possibility. It can happen.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I don't think it will happen, but it's
Ain't no way.
It's a possibility. I hope you're right.
Happen.
That's
one of the guys. Somebody mentioned here earlier, asking about the Akechi game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's gonna be a game at all. Like
No.
just to mention it,
Me
I don't
neither.
think it's a real game.
Zippo pulled out something from his ass and said it to the world. I mean, I'm just saying.
I want to hear a rap battle between you and Zippo.
Oh my god, bro!
You rapped over a beat before, right?
I did. I have. Yeah. We forget it. We don't talk about that.
I remember that was an SMT5 2022 rap.
I'm just saying. I was almost right.
Fuck off.
I was less than 2 months away from being right.
You guys, that covered all the topics that I wanted to talk about today. So, chat, everyone listening, if you enjoyed the stream, quick thumbs up really helps. If you want to drop a question related to the topic at hand right now in the chat, we'll try to answer as many questions as we can for, let's say, the next 10 minutes before we wrap things up. So if you guys want to ask some questions in the chat related to Persona 25th, feel free to do so. We'll try to answer as many as possible, as many as we can.
I do have a question for you, David.
Go ahead.
I do have a question. What drug was Zippo on when he said that announcement about the Akechi game? What was he taking?
Opium.
I don't even think it's got to be a lot stronger than copium. You gotta have, at least you have some hope. There's no hope for that fucking game.
I don't know, because I think it makes sense, because this character Akechi, he's so beloved. He's like
more like he's so mid.
But he's one of the most iconic characters.
You're gonna get haters.
Yeah, you will. He's one of the most iconic character in P5, which is the most popular Persona game. So
I sleep.
I think we have some decent questions to talk about. Let me see. Oh, that one's interesting. And that's a question that I've been getting for a long time now. Shit, I lost it.
What if the
it is.
Akechi game is just Scramble 2 with Akechi in it?
Mid. The question is from Jay Archer asking us, Re-Fantasy or Persona 6? What comes first?
Persona 6.
I'd say Refantasy.
Yeah, I said Refantasy too. I
No,
commented
they haven't
that.
even said the first word about Refantasy.
It was
in
revealed
years.
It was revealed 5 years ago.
Yeah,
5.
It's already been revealed.
and it was supposed to be talked about for the past 2 or 3 years. And guess what?
Good
Nothing.
point. Good
Yo,
point.
look, that's the only thing that I want.
Hey,
Like,
that's a good-
even more than anything. I just want that game.
Let's try to be efficient for that one. I want to answer as many questions as possible. The chat always has some great questions for us. Next one is from Omar. What would be your dream announcements for the Persona concerts? The concert in October. Honestly, a good P6 reveal. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And that's my
Like-
dream announcement. That's boring,
Yeah,
they'll
the
say.
dream
Don't
announcement?
care.
Yeah, the real announcement is dream announcement. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, let's go all out. Like,
Dream
release
announcement.
for all the games.
Dream announcement. Give me a Persona collection with all the games in HD, straight ports. That's a dream. Or reveal P6, show me gameplay, show me a multi-platform worldwide release, all at once. I'll take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that
You know-
sounds good.
That sounds
Let
like a
me
dream,
throw-
though.
Let me throw out another game. Since
Go
we
ahead.
were talking about how bad P5D was, what if they gave it another shot and included P3 and P4 characters in a P5D2?
No, I'm good.
Yes.
I'd be all for that shit. I'm just saying.
I'd give it a shot, but the reception would be rough. I
It's
think.
gotta have a story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
he has to have a story. Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
I think H2DK has a good question.
Do you think? Nope. There's some
No.
funny comments. I'm trying to
Funny
bring
comments,
up
yeah.
the interesting ones. Oh, okay, that's a good one from Cypher. Do you all think we will get a Persona 5 style teaser where nothing is shown, or we will get to see characters or possibly gameplay? So I assume he's talking about P6. Are we gonna get a green background with 6 chairs teaser trailer, or are we gonna get something better? I will say, Cypher, not gameplay, but I expect a reveal similar to what we got in July of 2020 for SMT5. I expect a brief look at the main character in a 2-minute trailer without any
Yeah.
gameplay. That's
Yeah,
what I
agreed.
expect.
Yeah, because the difference between these and something like Persona 5 or SMT5 is that at that time they had begun
They
development.
had to show it too, right? They were
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah, they
financially
were
speaking.
literally, especially with Persona 5, they were literally like bankrupt at that point. So like that was like their next big thing to really break out of bankruptcy and everything. So that was like a different time period.
Exactly.
And SMT5 was literally announced prematurely because of the anniversary at the time. So that's like a completely different deal. I think we're gonna get, like you said, a 2-minute trailer, some things like a teaser trailer and that kind of stuff. I think they're getting much better at announcing games closer to release. Soul Hackers is a good example.
Yes.
Of, like literally announced this year, releasing
So
this year.
Akira's, yeah, the reveal was insane.
You announce it, and then within 6 months, you release the game. That's amazing to me.
The next question is from Pi Studios, and they're asking how likely would Dancing Poets be?
More likely than P4G.
Definitely not. But I would
And
still
I-
say that they're likely.
Everything
Personally,
is likely.
I feel like
Yeah.
they underperformed, so maybe they're gonna give it another shot. Bring the games to PC and Switch. Maybe.
It still amazes me
Yeah.
that P4D is not available to buy separately
Separately.
outside of that dancing
real.
bundle.
Honestly, if they bring back that collection of the 3 dancing games for like $40 on Switch and PC, I think that has a little bit of potential.
I'll get on Switch before P4G.
Next question is from Demi Crow saying, if there was another P5 spin-off, would you want it to be? And I'll answer quickly without thinking too much. A strategy RPG or a visual novel. That's on top of my head like this without
Yeah.
any context. That's what I would say.
Yeah, well, like a full-on action RPG, like an actual RPG, or like not warriors, but like
That's
actual
fair.
action RPG. a Soul style maybe or something like that. Actually, that would be really good. Or maybe just a straight up RPG. Just give me a turn-based RPG.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah,
I'll take
another
that.
one,
I'll take that for sure.
Yeah.
Like an Akechi spinoff, if it's similar to P5 but like 20 hours on, I'll take this for sure. H2DK with the super chat here saying, do you think they'll play Shadow World DD Mouse remix at the concert?
Let's go, baby!
That would destroy my ears, but I'd love to see it. Thank you for the support, H2DK. I really appreciate it.
I would love for them just to troll. Like, that would be the highlight of the concert.
Yeah, it would be. Like, imagine
if it comes out on stage.
Imagine like all the lights are like everything's becoming dark, and we're like, oh, P6, and then it starts right at the end.
Mouse.
That'd be awesome.
DD Mouse comes on stage.
Yeah.
I know what y'all been waiting for. Here it is.
Who the fuck is DD Mouse, by the way?
Then he unveils his wake up, get out there.
Get up, man. Shout outs H2DK. Thank you for the support.
And then Cody Rhodes comes in and super kicks him.
The next question is from Coogan saying, will Atlus ever just make a Persona sequel that will remain turn-based without nonsense like Striker's battle system, or as a fighting game? I hope so, because I have a strong preference for turn-based RPGs, so I'll take it.
Big Bang Burger spinoff where you create the burgers.
Like a mobile style game, like Farmville style, right?
Yes.
So this is turn-based RPG. Like, that would be cool. Like a mobile turn-based RPG.
Do you think we'll get another annoying mascot in P6? Asks Ivan. We will. I think so too.
Japan loves mascots.
Love Morgana. I'm just saying.
Do you think an Akechi game sounds likely? Flashboy asks. Not really. Hey, speaking of, the chat agreed on Persona 6 will get revealed during the concert. That's 75%.
There's no way it doesn't.
Sorry. What's the poll? No, 69%. Nice.
Nice.
Said the game will be revealed during the concert. 30%. Nice maths, YouTube. 69 said yes, and 30% said no.
That equals 100%.
That doesn't make 100 yet.
It's maybe.
Good job, YouTube.
That doesn't even equal 100%.
Yeah. 1% is maybe.
Shout outs to Aiden Surovic for the super chat. Thank you very much for the support, Aiden. What main team would you like for P6? That's hard to answer, to be honest. I want something good. I'll give Strikers credits. You Are Stronger was amazing. I did like Oziak's cover as well.
That was pretty lit.
That was good.
I want Big Sean's Dance Ass remix as a main theme for Persona 6.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What else do we? I think there was another question that I wanted to look at. Shout outs Aiden, thank you for the support. Anything else? No, that wraps things. That wrapped things up. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. That was great. That was Demon Appreciation Podcast episode 25. The revival.
And you brought it back.
Yeah, the revival after 2 months. 2 months.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to be more consistent, but I do think I say that every time, so I probably shouldn't. But thank you so much.
One last comment that I want to read is Smugleaf. He says, "I think you're high for thinking Persona 6 will get revealed." Yo, we may not be high, but we're definitely be drinking.
Shit.
Yes, we are drinking. Yes.
Yeah, we are drinking, but shit, I hope I was high right now. I wish I was. That'd be cool. That's exactly what I'm about to do after we're done with this thing.
Hey yo.
Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. That was great. Kuro, thank you so much for joining me. King, thank you so much for joining me. It's been great, and I hope I get you guys back on the show once again in the near future. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. That was great. Before leaving, if you want to drop a quick thumbs up, that really helps. But most importantly, check out my 2 guests. Link to their content down in the description below. Kuro's pretty much the guy that created my channel, or at least really helped me starting. So give him some love. Honestly, that would be great. And King, he's my co-host for the Demon Appreciation Podcast at this point. So you know him. So thank you, both of you. Honestly, that was great. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, you guys. I hope you have a good one. Take care. We'll see you in